Rush Duel is a fast-paced spin-off game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you can summon as many monsters as you want and draw up to 5 cards each turn. In this series, me and the TheDrAlex progress through each Rush Duel product release and build decks with whatever cards were available at that time. We have been drafting characters from the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's anime and have exclusive access to those characters' boss monsters, and will continue to draft characters from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush series. Join us as we continue to battle it out in this series, Rush Duel Character Draft. So this is the deck we're bringing to today's game. This is Shadow Flower Plants. So Plants is a bit of a weird one. It's always been fine. It's never felt any particularly overpowered. It's always felt like it's had a lot of very interesting tools, but it's never really gotten to use them in any meaningful way. But we do have our new boss monster, Flower Flan Clematis, who hopefully will change some of that. Now, on its own, this card didn't make a huge impact, but we did just get a brand new fusion monster for it in Murin Duke, the Shadow Flower Wave. It's made using Clematis and Lindo, because everything in Plants is made using Lindo. One face-up monster on your field gains attack equal to the number of monsters on your field times 500 to the end of this turn. Then inflicts 700 damage to your opponent, so it can boost itself up to 4,500, which is good. That can attack over almost anything in the game. And burn your opponent for 700 is fine. It's a bit weird. Plants don't usually have this little burn kind of sub-effect, but I guess it's better than not having it. All in all, I don't think this is going to make the deck particularly strong, but maybe now that we can use Clematis' effect to change it to defense and special summon out another monster and then fuse it off rather than just having it stuck in defense mode, we can make something happen with this deck. All in all, we're not feeling overly confident, but if Alex brings a bit of a lackluster deck, we might be alright. So let's fire on in and see what Alex has got for us. So last week we had the Sevens Road deck starring Sevens Fear Magician, which is an interesting new boss monster, versus you playing your Red Eye Summon Skull Black Skull Dragon deck, which was actually quite a good one. We both have kind of these Sevens Wonder Fusion type effects where we managed to fuse from our graveyards. We had quite the interesting clash, but I, at the end of the day, got luckier, so I ended up taking that one. But this week, I feel like we're going to be in a bit more of a weird matchup. The deck that I'm bringing is a deck that I don't typically do particularly well with, so I never feel particularly confident. And once again, I just have completely no idea what you're going to be on, so... I mean, last time I predicted you'd be on Dragons, but I also predicted you could be on Sea Serpents or something else. I can't remember what the other thing I predicted was. Oh, Harpies. So I guess I'm just going to predict you're on Sea Serpents, because that seems like a pretty safe bet. They seem to get new cards every now and then. I don't know if you have any idea what you think I'm on.
You don't do well on. I don't really know.
There's quite a lot I don't do well on, actually.
Is there?
There are very specific decks that every time I bring them, they seem to let me down. And I can't tell if it's the deck letting me down or me letting the deck down.
Okay, I've got no idea what it could be.
Well, I guess we'll just fire it in then and see what we're both on. So,
I'll go second.
Okay. Alright, well, I guess we will start with everyone's favourite opening move, the Legend Magician. We'll fire this off. Legend Magician, whatever that is, and Gecko is that. Well, we are going to send something. Planting Pixie is the name of this card. I always forget the names of these newer ones.
Shadow Flowers, right?
No, that could be on anything, you don't know. These are tech cards. I don't think I need anything specific. I mean, Gecko in the Grave might come up. Yeah, go on. We'll stick Gecko in the Grave. We will summon my Acacia the Shadow Flower Priestess, which doesn't do anything right now. Then I guess I'm just going to get this out because there's no point in sitting in my hand. So I'll tribute 2 and summon out. He trains the Flower or the Shadow Flower Ninja. I'm just going to set and set. And then we'll just pass. We got the whole hand empty, which is a win in my books.
Okay, well.
Ooh, so it is the Harpies. I should have predicted the Harpies instead of the... Okay. So you have a wind on your field. You send a card from your hand to the graveyard, draw a card. Then if we have a face-up normal, which we do, we can add a Sisters back from our graveyard. So it's basically just a free +1. It's pretty gross. But Sisters does not beat E-Trains on its own right now. Because you don't have
Doesn't.
Hysteric Force or whatever it's called, the skill from Duel Links. Imagine what kind of plant skill we're going to get in Duel Links, man.
You think plants are going to be in the ranked reward?
Hey, there's loads of them, right? They've got to be like a full-on archetype, right? They even have a back row hate card.
Yeah. I can see him going the way of Beast Gear and not getting anything. It's going to be a shame.
Beast Gear, though, is a weird one, because Beast Gear wasn't like a full archetype, which sounds weird to say, but Beast Gear felt more like, especially the first wave, was just an introduction to what field spells were and what they did.
Okay, well.
Okay, we're gonna sit on the fat L. I don't think it's worth protecting this, so I will just let this go.
And then.
My Lindo. Alright, so now you have a back row. You have left a juicy 2100 in attack, but it could just protect. So, I guess I'll do this. This feels kind of bad though, but right now I haven't really got anything better. So I will normal summon my Alparis the Sower. So I can activate its effect. I can go ahead and chuck a card to the bottom of my deck. And I mill 3, and if I mill a plant, I can draw a card. That is interesting. I don't think that actually changes anything though, because this doesn't work the way I need it to. I guess, what did we mill? We milled, a trains, which means I could use my trains effect from my trains on the field to send a plant monster from my hand to the graveyard, special summon trains from the graveyard face up, place at the bottom during the end phase. I think because you're here, Alparis, I think he's taking up a slot, which is going to confuse any play I actually want to make, which is a little bit annoying. Goddamn Alparis just sitting there with his cute little bloody smile, his little punchable face. Alright, so instead of the super cool play that we had, we're going to go for something a little bit more mediocre, but it's still pretty cool. So we will activate our Etrain's effect, and I will be sending to the graveyard Etrains. We're bringing back Etrains. Then we'll drop Fusion. I'll be combining my two Etrains together to create Maker Etrains. So Maker Etrains is pretty cool. I can special summon a level 8 or lower plant type monster from my hand or my graveyard face up to my field. So we'll go ahead and fire that off. And I guess the card I want to summon is gonna... See, I could get back Gatling, but the problem with Gatling's effect is it specifically says send 2 plant type normal monsters, despite how tempting it would be to just pop 2 of your dudes. It doesn't quite work. So we'll bring back Clematis. So Clematis' effect is a relatively newy one. If my life points are equal to or lower than my opponent's, during the turn I normal summon this card, I can change the battle position. So I cannot do that because he was not normal summoned. But it's an interesting little effect that would let me prevent him from being killed by battle. Question now becomes, what can we actually do about this? No matter what, I have to leave Alparis in attack mode, so we'll just go straight to battle, I guess. We will swing in to Harpy Lady L. Ooh.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna...
This is destroyed by an opponent's attack. Place 1 Harpy Lady or Harpy Lady Sisters from your graveyard, either the top or bottom of your deck, and then place 1 card from your opponent's field on the bottom of the owner's deck. So that's pretty cool. But I will still get to attack over this. Now, the issue that Harpy cards have is they tend to have kind of big butts. Like 1400, like 1000. We didn't summon in attack mode. I suppose you wouldn't anyway. I guess we will just see what it is. Worst case scenario, you lose a little bit of life. Okay, that's really probably the best it could be.
Yeah, some low butts.
Yeah, because this is the, I guess it's kind of a retrain of Harpy Lady... What's it called? It's the little normal one with no effect.
Harpy Girl?
Harpy Girl, that's the one. This is kind of like a Harpy Girl type card. Well, unfortunately, there's no main phase 2, so I pass the turn. This is where you just, like, maximum summon.
Lady right.
Okay.
Sisters right.
Cannot be popped by monster effects. You've only got 1 copy of it, though, right?
Yeah. Could you imagine? I'm also running a 30 card deck, you just haven't noticed.
I can see you got 31 cards in your deck right now. You can return Harpy Lady Sisters to your hand if you want right now to send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Then if Harpy Lady Sisters among the cards sent, you can add 1 Harpy's Feather Tempest from your graveyard to your hand. Now, you don't have one of those in the grave, so you'd have to mill into it. It was very high roll. Oh, we're going for it.
Yeah.
We did hit 3 really good cards, though. She's back. Lady. Oh, Pet Master. This is the good one. You can send top card of your deck to the graveyard. That's a really nice mill for me. Name becomes Harpy Lady until the end of the opponent's next turn. Then if you have 3 Harpy Lady and or sisters, we can pop 1 monster. So that's gone. Rest in peace.
That'll...
And now you've activated my trap card, the Mirror Force. You can't kill Alpris. You can't hurt that man's smile.
You wanted to punch the face.
Listen, I said he had a very punchable face. I didn't say I was going to punch him more than I wanted to. Just that, look at how punchable it is. Oh, his little legs as well. Alright, what am I doing? What am I doing with this rather than get distracted by Alpris? I will normal summon Trains the Shadow Flower Restrictor. We'll activate the effect, and then I can put a plant monster from my graveyard on the bottom of my deck. So I will be placing... We'll put Acacia. Now I can make its name become Clematis. And I can set a fusion from my graveyard.
Okay.
Then I'm going to summon out Lindo and then activate fusion, combining my Clematis and my Lindo together to create my brand new boss monster, Muranjuk the Shadow Flower Wave. So requirement none. Effect, 1 face monster on my field gains attack equal to the number of monsters on my field times 500 to the end of this turn and then burn you for 7. So I guess we summon. Then we activate this and then I work out what the mass is afterwards. 45, yeah, it's just lethal, right? So we will just go to battle, swing with this. And there's no way to actually lethal you with Alpris, so we will just kill you with the non-plant Legend Magician. And that's game 1. Now, that does feel a little bit like it was off the back of Mirror Force, but shut up. Let's see what happens in game 2.
Right, go second again.
Okay. Ooh. This hand is a little bit shaky, but I think we can make do. So I'm going to set, then guess I have to do this. So I'm going to tribute 2 and summon out Clematis and activate its effect. So now it can't be killed by battle until the end, until my next turn. Then I'll end my turn. Ooh. Listen, you're supposed to attack it. I made it immediately.
Fine, I won't destroy it.
Okay, well, what do I do now? But maybe we can fix that with Legend Magician. Activate the effect. 1, 2, 3. Now, I guess it's decent to stick Gatling in the graveyard. Don't really want to draw it, that's for sure. Hand is a little bit awkward no matter how I look at it. So I'm going to set. Then we're going to tribute 2 and summon out the Trains. We'll change this back to attack, set a back row, go to battle, and then we will... I guess we'll attack with this. We'll attack with a 25. Okay, so are we going to get rid of the slightly better one or the one that can attack still?
Protect the life points.
Then we have to end the turn because there's no main phase 2. That's how Rush works. Ooh, it's a Harpy Lady. Okay, so we're going to pop the back row. Here's my fusion. There's a Sisters play. Okay, we should have 2. Oh, we do have 2 now. So we can just about clear and then get in 22 total. Okay. All things considered, it could have been worse.
Yeah.
Right, let's hope we draw something good. These cards aren't awful, but they also don't really do what I need. So I think we're going to have to rely on my old friend, Alpris. will activate its effect. So now I place 1 card from my hand on the bottom of my deck, which I think is probably you, just because I don't have what I need for you to be useful. So I am going to put you to the bottom. So now we can draw a card. Okay, that got me to where I needed to be, at least, which is something. The question is going to be, am I going to bother to use this? I don't really want it in my hand, so probably I'm going to tribute Alprus and summon out Riser.
Uh-huh.
We're going to activate Riser. We're going to hit this. We're then going to normal summon Mimosa, or Acacia is its English name. Then we will tribute 2, summon out Trains. Then we'll normal summon other Atrains, activate other Atrains as effect, put a card back to the bottom of my deck, which for now it might as well be Alprus again. And then I can make this card's name become... Uh-oh, I thought I had no Trains in my graveyard. We have miscalculated.
No, I returned to the bottom of your deck.
That's right, you did. Oh, okay, this is punting a little bit then, because we had a really cool play that we could have done instead, but we've kind of gotten rid of that now. Okay, so it doesn't matter what I pick now then, what I'm learning here. Sure, you can become that. And I would like my fusion back, please. Yeah, so if I had not misplayed, I could have instead fused out my other guy again. But for now, we'll just have to go battle, and we will just swing into this. And then we'll pass. Okay, here comes Happy Lady R. As is, I'm still fine. Cannot out my board with what you have currently.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ooh, now you can.
Tell you what will in the hand.
That's alright. I know you know what my back row is, but what if it's Mirror Force? Right, we're taking a lot of damage here, which is less than ideal. Especially because you've just set Icarus attack on the field. What can I do then? Oh wait, no, because then you just Icarus attack me and it doesn't work. But I have to force out the Icarus attack either way. So we're going to set, and set. And then we're going to end.
Is that just a game?
What, you're going to concede? Ooh.
Brain got Ecstasy Spark, you now can't activate trap cards.
That's pretty cringe. You're only playing 2 of this though, right? Because of the limitless, right?
Unless that isn't out yet.
Yeah, unfortunately I had a trap card to stop you, but I don't have anything to stop Triangle Ecstasy Spark. Alright, we're going to game 3. Let's see what happens. Right, we will go first. I still do like go in the firsts. Well, Alprus, I just want to say as well, I have 1 copy of this in this deck. But by God, he is here. Alright, so we're going to chuck away a card. I think you are the least interesting card in my hand, so we'll put you to the bottom. And I'll draw another card. Okay, that... Those are some weird nils as well, but this is kind of fine. I will summon out a Trains. I could use a Train's effect. No, I can't actually, because I don't have 2 plants in the graveyard. But I can tribute these 2, summon out Clematis, activate its effect. And I can special summon a plant monster from my graveyard. So I could... That's only a normal summon. That's useless right now. Well, I guess it's going to be Gatling. And we'll set 2 and pass. So Gatling can still be killed. But he's got a big butt.
Lady 3.
A pretty good one. We haven't seen its effect yet, though.
Left.
Okay.
Lady 1.
That's pretty big.
Pet Master. Oh, no.
Yes!
I'm
Yes!
dark hole again. Oh wait, no.
Well, you couldn't. One of them was sticking around either way, right?
Yeah.
This one is less useful most of the time, unless I just rip 2 normals off the top. Spoiler alert: I don't run that many normals. It's not impossible, but it's not likely.
Yeah, like switch stand.
So we will summon out Mimosa. Then I can summon out Etrains. Okay, I will tribute both and summon out Clematis. Now I can activate Clematis, changing it to defense, and then summon out from my graveyard Clematis. I guess we'll just put this to attack. Set. Then we will go straight to the battle phase. I think what I'm going to do is declare an attack on Harpy Lady 1. And then declare an attack on Harpy Lady Pet Master, and then pass the turn.
Okay.
So don't forget that the defense mode Clematis still cannot be killed by battle this turn.
Not doing this.
Okay. Crap. That's not good. That was the one thing we didn't want to happen. Well, you can't boost it by an extra 1,000 with your Duel Links skill, at least. Now the question is, have you got full dress? Because if you have, I think it's a straight up game.
Fortunately not. I can.
Yeah, that's fine. I got.
Not from.
Oh, back row. Okay. You lose that one. You lose that one. You can attack that one just to assert dominance, but it won't do anything.
Eh.
Okay, 3,400. That's kind of annoying. What is the play? If I could make this, that would be amazing. Unfortunately, I cannot make that. I could only realistically make this. So what we're saying is I have to do this first. So we'll activate Legend Strike. Pay the 3. And we'll bring back Legend Magician. And then we're going to pop the back row. Okay. Then we're going to activate Legend Magician effect. 1, 2, 3. We'll send one. It doesn't really matter which one. Planting Pixie can go. Next up. So this is going to be the one that stays. Which means this one is what goes, right? None of that matters. Because I don't have either of those things in my graveyard right now. So I will normal summon Planting Pixie. Then I'm going to tribute 2 and summon out Clematis. Oh, it's only when my life points are higher than your... Okay, we've misread that slightly, but that doesn't really change it. It just means our end board looks a little bit worse. We'll summon out Lindo. Then we'll activate Fusion.
Mm-hmm.
We'll combine 2 of our monsters into the mighty Murin Duke of Shadowflower Wave. And we can activate its effect, boost its own attack, and burn you. And we set, go straight to battle, back over this, getting for the 25. So what I wanted to do, if the effect was life points were lower, which still seems weird that it's not that, to be honest, it's like a win more card instead of a get back into the game card. I would have changed this Clematis to defense, brought back, I think it would have to be probably another Clematis, then fused the defense mode one, and then I would have had an extra 2,500 damage to get in. I guess I would have had an extra 500 actually because of Mirror and Duke's effect as well. So that would have been lethal if it worked like that. But you know, if the card didn't do what it currently does, yeah.
Oh, that won't get that. Okay. Oh, but I can't. Yeah. Damn. Okay. Well.
Oh, we just have it again.
Yep.
I love how you're like pondering all these different things. It's like, yeah, I just hard do the maximum 2 turns in a row. Don't worry about it. Okay, so that's where we got 39. So that'll be 900 into one, and it'll be 14 into the other.
Go 4 back in these 2.
Oh, and the 5. Oh, yeah, that's 14. Go Mirror Force!
Oh,
Yeah.
jump scare me there.
So, interestingly, game 2, I did side into Magic Cylinder because I was like, Mirror Force doesn't do anything against the max, but games 1 and 2, you never summon the max, and typically Harpy Ladies don't summon the max. So I was like, I think I'm overthinking the maximum part of this too much. And then in game 3, you just summon the maximum twice. So the reason I brought in the Riser again was to deal with the maximum, and I had a TSA sided in as well to try and deal with the maximum, but it just didn't come up at all, and then suddenly came up twice in a row.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the ninjas aren't super good at dealing with maximums, especially because a lot of our trap cards, which I'm sure you remember are why fusions can recycle our trap cards, are battle phase. One is when your plant type monster is attacked, and the other one is when you are attacked directly while you have nothing on the board. So all of those, unfortunately, are a little bit naff in this matchup, especially because they don't straight up work against the maximum. And you also have Triangle Ecstasy Spark, which turns off all battle traps. So it's awkward, to say the least. But I'm quite happy we did as well as we did. I still think it's very strange that Clematis is only when your life points are equal or when you're ahead. That just feels off to me, because it's like I said, it's like win more. Oh, you're already in the lead? Here, you can have a free special summon, right? It feels weird. When usually it wouldn't be, right? It would be, oh, you're behind, this is your comeback mechanic. Nah, Clematis doesn't care about that. The new fusion monster as well, who obviously is on the board currently. He's fine, right? He's okay. He's just a big ball of attack that has like a little bit of burn attached to it. It can get up to 4,500, which is fine. That's nothing crazy, but it's not bad. I think it's a little bit underwhelming to jump through so many hoops to end up on a guy that doesn't do anything. And I think we had a same thing with your Chromatographicus Archer, where it was just like a big guy. And it's like, big guy isn't bad, but like, Seven's Geas is a big guy that can attack twice, There are like Galactica Eternal Galactica Oblivion is a big guy that gets really big. You know what I mean? Like this. Yeah. It just feels a little bit underwhelming to just have a guy that doesn't really do very much. I don't know if you had any new cards in here, or you were just revisiting the Harpies, or you just want to play them before they got hit on the ban list.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's anything new in here. It is just play it before Triangle Ecstasy Spark gets put down to 2.
And again, the only new card I had was Mirror and Duke. But again, Harpies strong as ever, and it always just goes to show they do always have the backup plan of just make the max, and it's still really good. I know it's weird because the modern, or I guess the Duel Links version of this deck doesn't have the equip spell, and the equip spell does a lot of the heavy lifting for this deck a lot of the time, I feel. But this deck doesn't have the Duel Links skill, and I think the Duel Links skill is actually arguably a little bit better sometimes than the equip spell. It's weird. Just getting an extra 1,000 attack and being able to change the battle position of an opponent's monster is really strong. And if this deck, like just in the modern Rush game, had that kind of built into it, it would be even stronger than it already is. Obviously, this is already like the strongest deck in the game, but it's funny how it almost feels more threatening in Duel Links. It's very weird how it works out. And then the plants is just plants, right? Again, it's always felt a little bit underwhelming. It feels like it has on paper everything it needs, but it just never quite comes together in a way that feels good. So it's a bit of a weird one. But this was quite a good one. So GG, buddy.
GG.